Welcome back. This is day 3. Today we're calling Embracing the Fire. I thought it was appropriate in the middle of winter to find a really sunny spot for this flow. It is quite bright for me, but it feels so good to be under the sun, and I just hope that you can soak up some of this digital warmth from me. Embracing the fire just means building and leaning into strength and resilience, but from within us. So planting those seeds that will form a strong foundational practice as we practice. In yoga, I think that the seeds that I'm talking about, those seeds of strength that we plant, they happen inside of our core, in our core body. That's really our home inside of our body. It's where our heart is, our stomach, our gut. If we build strength in our core, we will just have an all-around more strong and supportive practice. So that's what we'll focus on today. Go ahead and start though in child's pose. So from hands and knees, make your knees nice and wide. Join your big toes toward each other. Hips back towards your heels, and crawl your arms out in front of you until they're pretty much straight. Rest your forehead towards your mat. This is a nice short practice today, but start here by taking a couple deep breaths. Now find your way onto your belly. So slide your hips down, chest down, and bring your arms alongside you with your palms facing up to the sky. Bring the tops of your feet to the ground and really root down through your hips, so make your hips heavy and start to peel your spine up away from the ground. And as your spine lifts, shrug your shoulders onto your back and press your head back a little. And if you can keep your shoulders lifted, lift your hands. Try to keep your arms straight. Maybe lift your legs a little. This is called locust 2. Really recruiting those muscles in our back muscles, our back side, to help pull us up away from the ground. One more breath. As you exhale, lower, rest. Now place your hands outside of your ribs, so you don't want them too far forward. Kind of on the sides of your ribs is good. Tops of feet still down. Curl your spine up for cobra pose. Still heavy through your hips, shoulders up and back. And even hug your elbows into your sides. Squeeze your legs straight as you lift your spine. Don't push through your hands too much. Just have this strength come from your low back and your legs. One more breath. As you exhale, lower and rest. Now prop yourself up onto your forearms so that your elbows are kind of right under your shoulders, but then angle your elbows out just a little bit, bringing your hands together. You could even interlace your hands. Once your elbows are just about under your shoulders, tuck your toes behind you, root down through your forearms, and lift your hips for a forearm plank. Remember, we're building strength in the core, so waking up the core muscles here. Really press down through your forearms. And try not to let your hips go too high. Have your hips just about in line with your shoulders. If you feel like your hips are dropping, pull your belly up and in. Now as your forearms press down into the ground, energetically, so isometrically, squeeze your elbows towards your feet. So you're like pressing them down and in towards your toes. Lift your chin out of your chest so you're not crunching in. Chin out of chest. Take just 2 more nice steady breaths. And on your second exhale, roll your hips back to the ground and rest. Push up to hands and knees. And from hands and knees, make an X with your calves. So cross your right calf or your right shin over your left calf muscle. Now your shins create an X. Walk your hands back, bringing your hands on either side of your thighs. If you're lucky, you get a little bit of like what we call a calf smash here, so you might feel some intense sensation in your calf. Those are all good things. Press your hands down, round your back. So think cat pose in your spine. Round your back and press through your hands and toes. Lift your knees up, either just a little or a lot. Tremulous pose. Pull your belly up and in. Use your core muscles to help lift your knees. Look slightly out in front of you. Lower your knees. Walk your hands forward, uncross your calves, and then cross your left shin this time on top of your right calf. Walk your hands back, feeling into that calf smash, knowing that's good things, it's serving you. Hands just outside of your thighs. Really push your hands down, round your back. Think cat pose as you press down through your toes, lift your knees. Pull your belly straight back, recruit those muscles to help get lift to your legs. Really gripping the floor with your fingers as you push the ground away. Lower your knees, walk your hands forward, and then walk your feet back quite a ways so that you can tuck your toes, shift your hips up and back, down dog. And after those calf smashes, go ahead and pedal your feet, feel into your calves. You can sway your hips side to side too. Try to relax your neck. Now bring a little bend to your knees as you walk your hands back. Take a forward fold at the back of your mat, and feet hip width is usually good. Get your fingertips down, maybe your palms. Try to close the gap between your ribs and your upper thighs as you fold, leaning into your hands. You could also grab opposite elbow with opposite hand if that feels good, and bring your top of head to your forearms. Release your hands. Feet still hip width. Start to bend your knees, sending your hips down and back. You can let your torso rest on top of your thighs for a moment, but widen your knees so your knees are as wide as your toes. Feel your glute muscles firm as you start to reach your hands forward and up overhead for power pose. Now peeling your ribs up away from your thighs. Pull your belly straight back, sit deep into your hips. Reach your upper arms maybe behind your ears. One more strong breath. Lengthen, reach. And as you exhale, fold, hands back down. Walk your hands forward to plank. Take 3 breaths here in plank, trying to have your hips right in line with your shoulders. Really push the floor away, chin out of chest. 3rd and final exhale, push back, down dog. Just one lunge position today. Bring the inner edge of your legs together. Reach your right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Swing it through to a lunge. Plant your foot so that your heel lines up right under your knee. Press down, come up, high lunge. Just feeling in, rooting down. Find your balance. Try to square your hips to the front of your mat as you lengthen your spine, reach up. Last breath, sit a little deeper in your hips, feel your hips firm. And then touch down, step back, down dog. Inner edge of legs together. Reach your left leg up and back this time, 3-legged dog. Swing it through to a lunge. Get your foot all the way up, knee over heel. Come up, high lunge. Find your balance. Squeeze your back leg as straight as you can, hips square to the front of your mat. Long spine, reach up as you sit your hips a little lower. Touch down, step back, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet a few more times. Feel into the back side of your body one more time. Lower your knees, cross your ankles, Have a seat back behind your feet. And just bring your hands to your knees for a couple nice deep breaths. And close your eyes if that feels good. Breathing in through your nose, filling the pit of your belly with air. Sigh it out through your mouth. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. That's it for today. Day 3, you made it. Thanks so much for coming back. I'll see you tomorrow in the next one.